of the Portland Comedy Film Festival and the Austin Comedy Film Festival. And I have an interview today with two fun people that have a super funny comedy, Unbridaled. That was the best, what finishes a Best Ensemble Cast Award finalist at the Austin Comedy Film Festival and is nominated for Best Comedy Film at the Portland Comedy Film Festival Summer 2022, which is just coming up on Sunday at the Clinton Street Theater. Fun times ahead. Hello, Misha and Caitlin. How are you?
Hello.
Hi. Well, first of all, congrats on your nomination. You make us look good. Congrats on your nomination.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're so excited.
Good stuff. Is either of you coming to the festival? Are you attending?
We're going to try, but unfortunately it falls on, and Misha has a different family commitment, so we're not going to make it out there, unfortunately. But we are so sorry to miss it.
No worries. You know, those commitments, they mean something. We totally understand. In this day and age, there's a lot of people that aren't able to travel, but it's good that I'm able to do this interview with you, because in the past, I've always missed out on these opportunities. It's like I only kind of bonded with, if you will, the filmmakers that showed up, and I miss out on meeting so many good people. So thank you for taking the time to do this.
Of course. Today. Thank you for having us. I mean, we feel the same way, because obviously every film festival that we applied to, we were very specific about which ones we wanted to apply to and had intentions, of course, of going to every single one of them. So we're very excited to meet you and have this opportunity in the same way, just because we as filmmakers miss out on the opportunity to meet the other filmmakers and meet the staff of the festival who do so much work. And also thank you, Portland staff, for everything you're doing ahead of time, just because we've also actually, we spent some time, I almost said auditioning, volunteering. We've both volunteered for both Sundance and Tribeca, so we know how much work goes into running the festival, and it's just it's not easy. So we do appreciate that work.
Thank you. The staff makes me look good. I know I'm always the person out here in front of the camera, but I really have hardworking people. We work 24/7 to make these festivals the best experience, and thank you for acknowledging that. And we appreciate you understanding just how it is to put these things together. But at the end of the day, for a living, I give people good news. I watch movies and I celebrate with people, and I like those diamonds in the rough. Unbridled is definitely one of those. Big compliments to you that you're able to impress two totally different audiences in two totally different parts of the country and get acknowledged for two totally different things, which is great. It's all about the acting. In Austin Comedy Film Festival, all the compliments were about just how great the acting was. And you look at this one, it's how funny it is. So Portland Comedy Film Festival is just like how funny this whole thing is, and that's what they're talking about. And to get nominated for the Best Comedy Film Award is the highest competition video category that we have. Obviously the comedy feature screenplay is probably the most competitive category ever, but as far as video and film is concerned, to get this nomination is huge. It's beyond just getting selected top 30%. The best comedy film is like top 1%. So congrats.
Thank you so much. That means so much to us. You have no idea. I mean, we have worked on this project for many years leading up to the submission of the project. And so to hear that anyone likes it at all feels very good. People more than our families and close friends or who worked on it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it shows. I mean, it shows that you put extra into it. I think when people first get into the film festival circuit, they're like, how good does it have to be? And when you really put the time into it, it shows on camera. And I don't want to delay the synopsis anymore. I want you to put in your own words, one of you, what is this about? What's Unbridled about?
Okay, so Unbridled follows the story of two stepsisters, Catherine, who Caitlin plays, who's kind of an uptight, does everything right kind of girl, and her delinquent stepsister who's very loud, very, can get trashy and party girl. Let's call her a party girl. On the day before Catherine's wedding. So they have a bridal party, bachelorette party the night before the wedding. And that obviously is debaucherous. And we start the film with them waking up in the middle of the woods, having no idea what happened or where they are. And it's the day of the wedding. So they wake up and they're like, oh my God, what happened? And in so trying to get back to the wedding, they end up at a nudist retreat. So they have to figure out how they're going to get back to the wedding, and they have no cell phone reception. They have no dignity. They have, and the only way to use the phone at the nudist retreat is to, drop trow, because clothed people aren't allowed in. Offensive to wear your clothes at a nudist colony. So one of them has to decide, will we bare our soul to save this wedding, save this relationship? And obviously in the whole journey of the film, these sisters realize that they have a lot to deal with emotionally. They've got a lot of pent up issues, and they all come out.
All right. Hilarity ensues. I love it.
Yeah.
I've never heard a single human being use debaucherous in a sentence. So that was awesome. One of the things about our judging and our scorecards that we ask about is not just like, was the acting good? We also talk about funny situations. And you definitely created multiple funny situations and some awkward situations in your film. So for situations, you get a 10, because this is, there's nobody else with a film quite like yours. And we like that it's on the edge like this, So what motivated you? And we'll start with you, Caitlin. Taking this role, telling this story, you put your time, effort, energy as a producer and actor into this film. Why?
So I'm going to give you like a little taste of our origin story to answer this question, but I promise it's all going to tie up. So
sure.
Unbridaled was sort of created at the very, very busy wedding season for both Misha and I. And we were talking about how much money we were going to have to spend and how much time and, like flights and dresses and, bachelorette parties and all this stuff. And, that's sometimes like dread heart, gut punchy feeling you get when some wedding guest comes up to you and it's like, hi, how are you? What are you doing with your life? It just creates a lot of anxiety, financial and otherwise. And so it's just a little pressure. And so Misha and I we're best friends, but we're two very different people. And we respond very differently to this kind of anxiety. Like I implode and I, hide in my house and pull the covers over my head. And Misha's much more extroverted than I am. So these two characters were sort of born out of that. Like these two women respond to the pressures of society that, particularly women experience in two vastly different ways. Catherine has decided to conform. She says, okay, I'm supposed to have the right job and marry the right person, 2 children and all this before I turn 30 and all this stuff. And so she's decided, okay, I'm going to do that. And Maxie has looked at that and said, no, I'm not doing this. I'm going to go in the other direction. So it's sort of like Catherine in themselves. It was more out of that. Like these characters are part of us, and so it was pretty natural actually, like stepping into this role. She's not me, and Maxie is not Misha, but it felt very natural and right.
All right. And what about you, Misha? What about your motivations? Did she speak for both of you, or did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, she definitely speaks for both of us. So we also like I said to you, I may have told you this before we started the stream, but we created the story with our amazing writer, Tom Harp, who actually, obviously he wrote the characters knowing us, getting to know us really well and writing them for us. Like we were always going to be the two leads of this film. When we first started creating the story, we didn't know who was going to be the bride, who was going to be the maid of honor, who was going to get naked. Like there was a whole rock, paper, scissors about who's getting naked kind of situation. And so we didn't know the specifics, but we did know what kind of people we were interested in exploring, kind of versions of ourselves that are a little bit farther than we are. Like Caitlin said, I am much more social and outgoing, but I'm also like not a crazy cocaine loving party girl. So like that's really fun, you know, to go past who you really are as a human being and do that fun stuff.
Wow, what a great backstory. Were you ever conflicted, either of you? Like, you have an idea, and this is what I mean by conflicted. You're performing in front of the camera, which is consuming in itself, but you also have an expectation of what this whole story was supposed to be like in your head beforehand. Did you find that it was difficult to separate the on camera to the off camera personalities there, or was that pretty seamless for you?
I think it was quite seamless in terms of in his way, because we worked with the most incredible team. Like, we had an amazing, like, Chelsea Bryn Lockie, who was director. We knew at a certain point we were going to have to like release this and just be actors and just be focused on the performance, because the film wasn't going to be anything near what we wanted it to be if we were going to be distracted on the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, Chelsea is, I mean, we trusted her completely. We knew that she was going to execute this vision that the three of us, she and Mish and I, had sort of worked on together. Her, obviously, in the tech, entirely her, but yeah, it was a relief, actually, at a certain point, to be able to focus entirely on the acting of it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, what do you have planned for the future? Are we going to see any sequels or episodes? Is Unbridled, these characters go anywhere else? Or are you off to bigger and better things? Misha, what are you doing next? Or are you something together, something separate? What's going on?
Well, funny you should mention it, but we are working on the feature version of the film as we speak. We just had our sort of first brainstorming session with our amazing writer and director of how we're going to move forward. Yeah, so right now we're going to sort of expand on the story that we have. But it will obviously just be a part of the film. You know, the film is the feature is not a totally expanded version of just the 15 minutes that we have. We're going to go beyond those two before and after moments and change a little of this, a couple of things. But yeah, we're working towards our feature as we speak. It's a huge undertaking. We're really excited about it. Our amazing writer, Tom, has had some really amazing films in the last couple of years, and he's actually working towards completing them right now. So once his schedule frees up, we're going to get him in and then hopefully have this, I don't know, I would hope that it would be, you know, done, ready to shoot in end of 23, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I think best case scenario to be ready then.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see.
So, you know, we're working on other things as well. Like, we have our own personal film projects, but like, this is, you know, just another lane that people are driving in.
All right. Exciting times. Unbridled, the feature. I can't wait to see it. I felt like it had that potential. And I think people want to see more of these characters and what's going on. It's, yeah, definitely a very creative piece of work. I appreciate you sharing your time today. Is there anything else that you wanted to cover?
I think we are just like, this film festival thing is so exciting for us, because, you know, we made the decision of Unbridled. It's insider tip. Unbridled was finished in 2020. We'd finished it. It was about to go into sound and color. And we made the decision because we wanted to be able to, you know, we didn't know what the future of film festivals was going to be. No,
sure.
We were also. So we made the decision, got some more, we re-edited the film. And so this experience that we've been having, you know, with Austin and with Portland and with a couple of some other really exciting festivals, it feels so incredible. And so I just wanted to say thank you again for that.
You're very welcome. Heck, we didn't know what the future of film festivals was going to
Yeah.
be. we thought we were going to have a 2-week delay, and then a 4-week delay.
I know.
And then after 4 months, we were like, well, maybe we need to have a film festival.
Yeah.
So we moved outside and had one at a drive-in theater, and that was, we just kept on moving. We just kept on going. But your film, I think you can tell that it was, I don't want to say revised, but you can tell that it was reviewed and tweaked a little bit. And I guess that's some of the positives out of COVID. If you can come out of COVID with something that makes people laugh, then I think you've done even more than you probably set out to do in the first place. Your film's like the right place at the right time type of thing. And we're just excited to be able to screen it. And you make us look good. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you for screening it. And thank you again to your hardworking staff, and shout out to the judges and everyone who's going to go to the festival in person. We wish you an amazing festival circuit. Like, this is just one of your many amazing festivals. So we wish you personally a great journey for the rest of the year.
And if anyone watching goes to see the movie in person, Unbridaled film, and let us know what you thought. We would love to hear.
Yes.
All right.
I love hearing what people like about it, things that we're like, oh, this is kind of funny. And then people are like, ha, 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 ha. Like, oh, that was funny.
Well, your links are in the description, and I'll make sure we get people to reach out, and we'll grab a photo for you as well at the event. So
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.